Hello everyone, Speedrunner 0-18 here, and welcome back to episode 17 of the Pokemon Speedrun Analysis series, where we see how fast a Pokemon can potentially beat a certain game. In the previous episode, we did Chimecho in Pokemon Leaf Green. Normally a bad Pokemon, but due to the fact that Psychic type is just overpowered in Kanto, even with the remake since there are no Dark types, Chimecho really overperformed and got first place in the Leaf Green leaderboards. Today, we'll be seeing how fast Lileep can beat Pokemon Emerald after intense routing and grinding. Lileep is one of the two fossil Pokemon you can get in Pokemon Emerald, the other one being Anorith. I don't know how much to expect from this Pokemon, especially since Rock is a bad type in Hoenn, as you can see from my previous Aggron video. What also doesn't boost confidence is that Lileep has a base stat total of 355. That is not too good, but here's how they're spread out. As you can see, Lileep's speed is very bad at a stat of 23. The HP is alright though, attack isn't too great, but the defenses are quite good, so maybe that will help us, especially the special defense. Special attack is also kinda good, especially since Grass is special in Gen 3. Now let's take a look at the moveset. The level up moveset leaves much yet to be desired. Our starting move is Astonish, a weak ghost move. The starting Zigzagoon you have to fight when you get your starter, which is not included in the final time. We'll have to use all of our Astonish PP and use Struggle. But I will spoil it and just say I did win the fight. If I ever use a Pokemon that loses the Zigzagoon fight, I'll let you know. Besides that, our next few moves are Constrict, Acid, Ingrain, and Confuse Ray. Until Ancient Power, all our level up moves are base 40 power and under. Let's take a look at the TMs. We don't really get much except all the grass TMs, with a couple of normal moves that almost every Pokemon gets. Well, can't wait to see how long this run takes. Before we get started though, if you happen to like this content and would like to see more, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really means a lot to me on our journey to 1,000 subs. Also, feel free to join the Discord server or support me on Patreon if you want to, as well as everything else you see on screen. Links are in the description. Also, I was dealing with computer issues, especially with my graphics card. It's fixed now, but I wanted to let you know that the footage may look blurry in some spots, but I tried my best not to include any of it. Now, let's get into it. 3, 2, 1, go. To show you how bad this early and possibly mid to late game will be, check out the first rival fight. Normally I just breeze through this fight, but not today. Look at this. It doesn't help that Torchic has Growl, which makes my weak Astonish even weaker. This run is going to be painful. I also have to fight basically every trainer I can. While I'm struggling, quite literally, my way through the trainers, I want to discuss the kind of Lileep we went with. I made Lileep female because I originally wanted to use attract strats, but I never ended up using any of them in the final route. But being female can help avoid Q-Charm from some of the trainers Skitty and Delkitty. I also went with the Lonely nature, which is plus attack and minus defense. Lileep doesn't really have to worry about physical moves except for fighting moves, and Lileep needs all the attack it can get. I also chose a specific hidden power as well. Try to guess in the comments. I'll let you know the answer when we finally use the move. While all the trainer grinding is still going on in the background, I just want to say that I'll be going on vacation starting November 21st, and I'll be gone until the 1st of December. I'm currently working in overdrive to get these videos made ahead of time so they can be released on time. Probably with the exception of this one, but let's not get into that. I also have some great projects coming for the end of the year, so I hope y'all look forward to it. Before I go on, look at this. I'm going through the grass looking for either a Tailo or a Wingull, each with a 10% chance of spawning, so it's basically a 20% chance to find anything for fly. But guess how many encounters it takes to find a bird? It takes 26 encounters to find a bird. And I had a 1 in 5 chance of finding one. That was just so stupid I had to include it. With the complaining out of the way, let's skip ahead a little bit. After taking many resets to defeat the Aqua Grunt due to Sand Attack, I get the ether and leave the forest, where I talk to this NPC to get the TM for Bullet Seed. Lileep will be able to use this to defeat Roxanne. I can say, if Lileep did not get access to Bullet Seed at this point, it would probably have to be in the mid-20s to defeat Roxanne at a minimum. I defeat the only double battle on this route so I can get to Rustboro City, where I heal at the center, buy one repel at the mart, and enter the gym. I defeated all 3 of Roxanne's gym trainers right away with Bullet Seed for the easy experience, and then defeat Roxanne herself with the same strategy. Nosepass took quite a few tries, mostly because it is only 2 times weak to grass instead of 4, but I get her badge with a split of 23 minutes and 29 seconds. After this, I go to Route 116 and only battle the hikers since Lileep is still very weak at this point. I've tried in routing, but the other trainers are just unbeatable at this point, especially since most of them have Absorb, Leech Life, or a Machop that knows Low Kick, which I'm weak to. After rescuing Pico and obtaining the Pokénav, I buy some repels and super potions from the mart, get cut, teach it to Zigzagoon, and on my way to Briny's cabin, I get the Miracle Seed. Lileep will need this for some later fights, since even at higher levels than the opponent, this is needed to avoid ranges. As soon as we arrive at Dewford, I do the usual stuff at Granite Cave, such as getting the escape rope to use for later, the Everstone to prevent Lileep from evolving, delivering the letter, and catching a Makuhita for strength. Due to our weakness for fighting, I cannot fight Brawly now, so we do the path of skipping Brawly and go to Route 109. I battle every trainer on the beach, but I skip the Soda House since one of the trainers in there has a bunch of Tentacool which get lots of chances to poison Lileep, and I don't have access to Pecha Berries yet. I mean, some of the trainers on the beach do have Tentacool, but I did come really close to dying a couple of times. Some of these fights even had resets due to poison luck. I hope this just explains why Lileep is so bad. After entering Slateport finally, I heal at the center, deliver the Devon goods, buy some Paralyze heals, and fight the Poke fans on Route 110. These trainers are usually easy, but Lileep, as I stated before, just cannot do much damage to these guys. I also equip the Cherry Berries before each of these fights, since they'll use a Thunder Wave on me most likely, but most of the time I just get paralyzed again, so they only help out a little bit. I then get the Trick House Rare Candy, which actually wasn't too hard, and then defeat everyone on Route 102 except for the twins. I try to avoid double battles as much as I can while grinding, since they take longer and give less experience. And even with all the trainers I can easily defeat are defeated, I'm still not able to progress. Rival 2 has a Combuskin that knows Double Kick, which can easily put Lileep literally back to the prehistoric times. I need to be able to outspeed and survive long enough to defeat Combuskin, so I have to grind on wild Pokemon since there is no Versus Seeker in this game. The minimum level I have to be for this fight is 29. Yeah, that took a while. Anyway, at this level, Lileep now has the moves Ingrain and Acid. Acid is good against the grass types, while Ingrain heals a 16th of Lileep's max HP, kinda like Leftovers, at the cost that I can't switch out, but this is a solo run so I'm fine with that. After defeating the remainder of the trainers on this route, I enter Mauville, get Rock Smash, the Acrobike, heal at the center, put Wally to shame, and I battle literally every trainer before the gym leader, starting with the trainers on Route 117, Rustboro Tunnel, which is just one hiker but still, Route 118, and Route 111, including the house with the 4 trainers in it. Even after that, and defeating the gym trainers, I still cannot defeat Watson yet. His Magneton is very bulky, is immune to acid, and I can only use Bullet Seed to take it down. Even at the level I grind to, it's still very difficult. Let's skip the wild Pokemon grinding montage and go straight to Watson. For Watson, I have to be level 38. This is so I learn Amnesia. It's not the same Amnesia from Gen 1. The Amnesia raises special defense by 2 stages, but it will help us take less damage from his electric attacks. During the fight, I set up an Ingrain and defeat everything with Bullet Seed. His Voltorb and Electrike go down easily, but look at Magneton. It takes many hits to take out, and when Manectric comes out, I don't use as many Bullet Seeds, but it's still quite a lot were needed. With Watson down over 2 hours into the run, I go north to Route 111, defeat every trainer along the way, and then I get the TM for Secret Power and teach it over Acid. This is a much better physical move than Acid. Acid is so bad that Secret Power would still be better even if Acid has Stab, which Lileep does not get from Acid. I then defeat the rest of the trainers on Route 111 and Route 113 and arrive at Falabar Town, where I heal at the center, buy 18 Super Repels, defeat the trainers on Route 114, and enter Meteor Falls. From here, after the cutscene with Team Magma, I defeat the trainers on Route 115, the remaining ones on Route 16 I missed, get Strength, and go all the way to the cable car to get to Mount Chimney. Let's see if we see the 1 in 64 hiker. Nope, maybe another day. On top, I take out the grunts, and then Maxie himself. I spam Secret Power on his Mightyena as well as his Zubat, and then take out his Camerupt with Secret Power, which I would have done if I didn't run out of power points on not only Secret Power, but also Ancient Power as well, so I had to reset. Damn it, Sand Attack. I do easily win on the next try though. Right after defeating the trainers on the Jagged Pass, I arrive at Lava Ridge Town finally, heal at the center, defeat the gym trainers, and then battle Flannery herself. Her Numel goes down to a Secret Power, and then I spam Ancient Power on the rest of her team. On her Camerupt, I do use one Secret Power to prevent Ancient Power from putting it into heal range, and then I defeat Flannery first try for a split time of 2 hours, 26 minutes, and 6 seconds. And we all know that after defeating the Fire Gym, it's time to buy some plants. I sell the free charcoal in here for 4,900 Pokédollars, and every TM I had and bought 15 Energy Root. I also get the Desert Rare Candy on Route 111, and then go down to Slateport and enter the market. I buy 1 TM for Hidden Power, and today's Vitamin of the Day is 1 protein. My notes did say originally to buy 4 of them, which I did, but I could only use 1 since after using 1, my total amount of EVs according to GameHook was 510 and the maximum is 512, so I cannot get any more vitamins in, so I just threw the rest of them on the floor. Now for Brawly. On him, due to my insanely high level, I spam Secret Power for the win. Now for Norman. On him, I set up an Ingrain and spam Ancient Power on Spinda. Also, Norman has broken AI, kinda like some trainers have bad AI in Gen 1. His Pokemon will just spam Teeter Dance, for example, even if I'm already confused. As far as I know, he's one of the only trainers in the game with this quirk. I don't know why. Here's the video for it. I'll put in the description if I remember. If not, you can look it up on YouTube. After getting the Petalburg Rare Candy, Route 108 Candy, and Route 110 Rare Candy, I arrive at Mauville and enter Route 118, defeat every trainer up to the Weather Institute, and then chase out Team Aqua from within and get my useless Cast form. The Mystic Water it holds can be nice if I'm using a water type, but I'm not today, so in the PC box you go. Now for Rival 3, the final rival fight in the game. This fight is basically a joke, just like Rival 3 in the Kanto games, but the difference is, the Kanto Rival 3 has 2 badges in, not 5 like this one is. Anyway, I arrive at Fortree City, run from the Kecleon, and then use the Devon Scope to enter the gym. I had my HM users deposited so that the mandatory double battle in here becomes 2 back-to-back single battles, which Lileep can handle a lot better. I actually just fight the bare minimum in here since Lileep can't deal with birds too well, and then I fight Winona. On her team, I Ancient Power Swablu. On her Skarmory, to prevent a retroactive potion, I use Ancient Power, Secret Power, and then Ancient Power. The rest of her team is quite easy after that, aside from the fact that Pelipper can be a troll with Protect. After getting my 6th badge, I get the rare candy on top of Route 120, defeat every trainer on the route, get the rare candy at the bottom of Route 120, and then I enter Route 121, where I get the Chesto Berry, Person Berries, defeat every trainer, heal at the Lileep Center, get the Route 1, 2, 3 rare candy, as well as the TM for Giga Drain from this girl for a later fight, and then enter Mount Pyre. The Team Aqua Grunts, even the mandatory double battle with 2 of them, are very easy due to my insanely high level. I then get the rare candy right nearby and do the Magma Hideout. I fight only the required Magma Grunts, but I do make sure to get the rare candy and the PP Max, the best item in the game besides the Max Elixir. But enough drooling over PP items, it's Maxi time. On this fight, I spam Secret Power. I was supposed to use Sludge Bomb, but I forgot to get the TM for it in Dewford like an idiot, but I didn't end up needing it, and I win the fight thanks to some lucky crits, especially on Crobat. The thing is, that thing is quite terrifying, but right now, it's Team Aqua's turn. This place also has some useful items, including the Max Elixir and the Master Ball. I use this to catch a Tentacool so I don't have to deal with the RNG of Great Balls and Pokeballs. Everyone in here was very easy and not worth talking about, so let's just skip straight to Moss Deep City. As soon as I arrive, I heal at the center and enter the gym. I defeat every trainer in here for the quick experience since they all have one Pokemon and Secret Power can do the job just fine. But there is one trainer in here with a Wobbuffet which is very terrifying, both to face and to use in a solo run. Look forward to that at the end of the year hopefully. But right here, I use an Ancient Power which crit, but left Wobbuffet with a sliver of HP, and then it used Counter, so that's another reset. Good thing I saved before. Never underestimate Wobbuffet. After not underestimating Wobbuffet, I heal to full, teach Hidden Power over Ancient Power. Man, I just realized a lot of my moves end in power. Use one rare candy to level 63 to get to the next damage rounding threshold, and initiate the Tate and Liza battle. If you want to know what type of Hidden Power I went with, it's Grass. Hidden Power Grass is actually Lileep's best one-turn grass move. I have to say it like that since it can learn Solar Beam, but that move rarely ever helps. The Claydol, Lunatone, and Solrock go down to Hidden Power, and the Xatu is eliminated with Sludge Bomb, and I win the fight with a split of 3 hours, 16 minutes, and 38 seconds. The next major battle is the final Maxi battle in the space station, but this time in a multi-battle with Steven Stone and Tabitha. I just use Ingrain and spam Secret Power on whoever I want. I just let Metang do its own thing. I'll just say though, when the confusion goes away, Swagger is quite helpful here, especially for me since I rely mostly on physical moves. With Maxi's plans abolished, it is now time to do the same thing to Archie, so let's do this. On Archie, I defeat his Mightyena with Hidden Power, spam Secret Power on Crobat, and spam Hidden Power on Sharpedo. Easy peasy. Blah blah blah, 2 legendaries fighting, blah blah, awaken Big Green Bird, time to fight Juan. This is probably the easiest gym leader in the whole game besides Brawly if you skip him for later. I just spam Hidden Power Grass. This fight isn't perfect though, his Love Disc outspeeds and can confuse me, and Kingdra can use Double Team or use his Rest Chesto Berry combo. I win the fight first try luckily, so I don't have to deal with Juan today. You know what, it's been a while. Let's remind Wally about how much he sucks. Against him, I mostly use Sludge Bomb, but since Magneton's immune to it, I use Hidden Power to take it down. With Wally's feelings hurt, it's now time for the Victory Road Gauntlet. On Cool Trainer Hope, I just spam Secret Power. On Cool Trainer Samuel, I use 2 Secret Powers on Swellow, but I have to be careful here since it knows Endeavor. Then I use Hidden Power on Mawile, and then Secret Power on Kadabra. On Cool Trainer Julie, I Hidden Power Sandslash, Secret Power the Ninetales, and then Secret Power Tropius. I would have used Sludge Bomb on Tropius, but I ran out of power points, so Secret Power had to suffice. And finally, Cool Trainer Edgar, which I just spam Secret Power. But don't forget, just because we're at the Elite Four does not mean we're nearing the end of this. Lileep is a very weak Pokemon and needs a lot of grinding for the Elite Four. The minimum level I need to enter the league at is level 95. I am not kidding. The reason is mostly due to Wallace's Tentacruel. Up until level 95, most of his other Pokemon were quite okay to deal with, but Tentacruel will not be a 2-hit with hidden power unless I'm at this level, and if I don't defeat it quickly, he'll use Toxic and just heal up and let me die. Even if I have a Pecha Berry, he'll just Toxic me again, or his Milotic will end up making me use the Pecha Berry since it knows Toxic. I was able to get past the Elite Four at lower levels during routing, but since I have to be 95 for the champion, I'll enter the league at 95. I'll go around Hoenn and get the remaining rare candies, including the ones on Route 114, 119, and the one in Granite Cave that you need the Mach Bike for. That was very hard to get, and it added to my reset counter quite a lot, but I figured getting it will be faster than grinding on wild Pokemon. Now, let's get to the grind. After getting to level 81, I use all 14 rare candies, and since I only used one, that was before Tate and Liza, I can get 15 rare candies in a solo run, just for future reference, equip the Miracle Seed, and use the PP up from Route 115 on Hidden Power, and the PP Max from the Magma Hideout on Sludge Bomb, and now I battle the final 5 trainers. Let's do this shit! On Sydney, I use Hidden Power on Mightyena, and then on Shiftry and Cacturne, since they are grass types, I use Sludge Bomb for the knockout. On Crawdon and Absol, I use Hidden Power for the win. On Phoebe, I use Ingrain turn 1 since Dusclops like to use Protect turn 1, and then spam Hidden Power for the most part. On her first Banette though, I use a Sludge Bomb to knock it out, but that was probably quite pointless since I Elixir after this fight anyway, but whatever. Also, let me pause here. You may be noticing how fast I level up. Lileep is one of the 25 Pokemon in the entire series, not just Gen 3, the entire series with the Erratic Experience group, which to sum it up, is slower than the slow level up group until level 30, and then until level 45, it's like the fast group, and then after 45, it becomes faster than the fast group. Here's a comparison between all of them to get from 99 to 100, with the Erratic in gray, fast in green, medium fast in yellow, medium slow in purple, slow in brown, and fluctuating in blue. You notice something? Yeah, that is a huge difference. It's interesting how erratic and fluctuating work. Once I do a Pokemon with the fluctuating experience group, I'll be sure to talk about it. With that out of the way, let's get to Glacia. On Glacia, I mostly just spam Hidden Power. Next, on Drake, I use Ingrain turn 1 since Shelgon likes to use Protect, and then I take down his Shelgon, Altaria, and Kingdra with Sludge Bomb. On Flygon, since it resists poison, I use Giga Drain, which I had taught over Secret Power, and then I spam Sludge Bomb on Salamence. Salamence takes quite a few hits to take out. I can still lose to Salamence if the ranges aren't in my favor, but everything works out a-okay, especially since I got the poison status inflicted on him. And finally, the champion. On Wallace, I literally spam Hidden Power on Wailord, Milotic, and Tentacruel, which is now a 2-hit KO. I also have a Pecha Berry equipped in case of Toxic from Milotic or Tentacruel. On Ludicolo, I use Giga Drain to heal up on power points, but at this high of a level, I don't know if it was needed, but whatever. And with Wallace's Whiscash and Gyarados defeated, I get a final time of 4 hours, 20 minutes, and 44 seconds, and a time at the Hall of Fame of 10 hours and 54 minutes. Lileep is honestly one of the worst Pokemon I've ever used in a solo run so far. It's mainly due to Lileep's very limited move pool, especially in the early game. Doing the early fights with Astonish, Constrict, Acid, and Bullet Seed was just god awful. But at least I'm finally done with this run. Lileep gets 3rd or dead last place on the leaderboard for Pokemon Emerald. The next Pokemon game will be Pokemon Yellow with Moltres. I was thinking of making this a 3-way race like I did with Leaf Green, but I did not. And you'll know why when the video comes out. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more. Also follow my social media if you want to, such as Discord, Twitch, or support me on Patreon if you want to. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next speedrun.